guys, welcome back. This is Code with Mav, where we are going to see how to make a vertical navigation bar, lesson 7. I'm with my assistant, who is going to take note of some questions that you will ask for our better understanding and getting of this. So, vertical navigation bar, this is the kind that we want it to look. You can see how it looks. So these are the stylings. So to make things easier, I think let me remove the stylings so that we can style it our own. So you can see if I remove the stylings how everything is going to look. Unordered list, as you can see, this is what brings about those bullets that you're seeing in the site. Maybe if you want them to be numbers, you can use ordered list. These are new tags that you're now learning as you go on, so you can now see ordered list. You can also style these unordered lists and ordered lists. We shall be seeing how to style them and maybe make them into a circle, box form. You can style them, but whenever I use the tag of unordered list or ordered list, I endeavor to use the li tag, which is the list. You make an ordered list, but everything that will have a bullet has to be in a list form. So you always have to close the lists. As you can see, I open a list, I close it. And then these, remember, navigation bar always has links, and links are made using this a tag, which is the anchor tag, which is the anchor tag, and then this class active, it's just okay. Let me first remove it, that it does not confuse you, because it is just helping me in my stylings. Where I see ref, this is hypertext reference. This is where now you put what you want this link of home to take you. Maybe I want it to take me to google.com. This is where I say that I want it to take me to www.google.com. So with this, now let us start styling. Maybe we want to overcome some spaces like this space or this space, because when I put, okay, let me go to the point. I have an unordered list, so let me now style the unordered list. How should my unordered list look like? So I see those bullets, I don't want them, so what we can use is list style type. You can say you want this style type none. So the bullets will then disappear. Maybe you can work upon let me see, background color. Background color, let it be yellow. Background color yellow. So this is going to just give us a guideline on what you are going to do now. So we want to eliminate the space you're seeing here and the space you're seeing up here. So this space up here and this space up here, we want to eliminate them. And remember, it's a vertical navigation bar, so all this is not supposed to be here, rather it's supposed to be flowing to this side down. So let's now remove these. These are brought about by margins. So you can you can now say margin 0. So you can see we have worked upon the upper one. Maybe the one this side, if it has not, maybe now go to the body and immediately say that everything in my body, I want it to have margin 0. So now we have now overcome it. So after having your margin as 0, maybe you can now go to let us now remove off this. We can remember now this is the width, this is the height. So we can say width maybe let it be 25%. 25% is big. Maybe let's make it 15%. Yeah, which is okay. Or it can be 10%. Yeah, so let's make it 10%. But remember, I want the color to come up to down. So maybe the height, okay, maybe because of the word contact us, let us make this 15%. And then the height, height, we want it to be 100%. Let me see. Our height has to be 100%, but why isn't it working out? Maybe the problem may be coming from maybe the space that is still here, so we can say padding 0 to see whether it's okay. No, that's not it. Or maybe remember, we want it to be a fixed navigation bar. So if it's not going to be fixed, then this height, I think it won't come out because it's not going to be fixed. It will have to scroll and go up. But the fixed one is going to be from top to bottom. So maybe let's try making its position fixed. Yeah, so after making the position fixed, then we can now see it making itself a fixed navigation bar. So maybe we can let me see these lines. These lines are now, we shall now work upon them when we go to the list, styling the lists themselves. What else can we talk about? Yes, my assistant, are you saying anything?
Yes. What I'm saying, how do these lines,
these blue lines,
how do they come?
Okay, now these lines, whenever you create a link, they bring themselves by default. Let me now, give a sample. Maybe I'm creating a link. I want it to be name. So you see this name thing that I've put, it has come with the line. So whenever you're making a link, it just brings the blue lines that you see by themselves. Now it's you to remove them if you want to do so. So maybe let's now go to that step where we are going to be eliminating more things like these lines, because they are now related to the list, not the unordered list. That's why we're going to style the list li. But now these lists are in form of anchors, so we are actually styling the anchors which are in the lists. So here, if you want to remove the lines, you can say text decoration. You want none. Yeah, so we get rid of the lines. Text decoration none. Maybe you want the color of your links to be any color. Let me say red. After them being red, maybe you want to put in the padding, but before we have to have a control their display. How should they look like? They should look in block form. You get in block form. So they are now in block form, but the challenge is that the padding is 0, 0, 0. So we come and control the padding. Maybe we start with the left padding. If I put 0, 10 pixels, maybe make them 15. Yes. Then we also come to then the right padding now is okay. Maybe the top padding, let me see, 10 pixels. Yes. Or I can also make them 15 as well. Yeah. So it's working out. The blocks, now we are putting padding between the blocks themselves. That's why you have to first make the display block. So I think that's how we want them to look like. So another thing, remember on the first one that I put, whenever I clicked, before I clicked, these blocks themselves had colors, but for us now here the blocks are having no color. So we have to add color to the blocks. So maybe say background color. What color was it? What color was it? Okay, let's just make any background color. My assistant, what color should I add as the background?
I think add the aqua.
Aqua. Okay, now it's not bringing out what we want. Oh, so I now remember. So when we are hovering on them, that's when they bring up the effect of the what?
Background
Of the
color.
changing of background color. Thank you, my assistant. So now to bring in the effect of hovering, that's when we bring in the concept where we say that the list anchors putting these are columns hover. They should hover with which background color. That's now how we can bring in something like that. So we can now apply our aqua color and then come and see. So when we hover, it brings about that. So but our blocks are not perfect. The bottom padding, so maybe we add some padding at the bottom. We can also make it 15 pixels. Yeah, maybe also increase on this padding here. Is it the left? It's 17, 19. Okay, let it remain at 19. So we are now having perfect blocks. But remember the other one was by default having okay, maybe let's say when we hover, let also the color change, the text color. So we can select the color change to white when we hover. So when I hover, the color of the words also change to white. But remember the one for home by default had what? Had the red. Is it red? No, it already had blue. Okay, thank you, my assistant. It had blue. Without hovering on it, it already had blue. So we have now to remove the hovering effect from only this one. So how can we do that? We can just add brackets where we hover from, and we say hover hover not. What shouldn't we hover? Now what we shouldn't hover now, that's when we bring in maybe a class, like a class that is going to, whatever we put in that class, it's a class or an identifier or what. We have identifiers like classes, we have using the hash identity, but I prefer class. But you can also use the hash identity where you use the ID. So maybe when you set a class dot home, yeah, so hover not dot home, do not hover everything in dot home. So we have, so in dot home we now come, we want it to apply on the home part. So we come now, since we have used dot, then we are going to say class is home.
Dot home.
Thank you. Home. So you can now see hover everything but not what is in home. So what is in home is not hovered, but now in home we wanted the background color to be blue. So you can see how this all comes about, our background color being blue, automatically having the hover node. Let me make it still blue to make it, yeah, somehow better. Since these ones change colors to white, maybe let's also make this one have a default color of white. Yes, so I think it can now come out in that way. So with this, maybe when we have some questions that will help us from my assistant. Yeah, so Mr. Do you have any questions, any additions or anything you can say?
Yes. Now here when we came on padding, here when you said padding, I didn't understand what you mean by padding. You said padding, I didn't see anything changing here.
Okay, now padding is the space that is between, you can see I have blocks already, but they do not have, like I want to create some space this side. On the left I want to create some space on the top or at the bottom, like regulating my space so that the word can be in the middle of the box, you get it? So now I can say, since I want to now control the padding of the left, I can say padding left. Let me first make it 10 pixels. Then you can see the anchors, the lists are now moving. I say let me increase it to 15, and then I can decide, yeah, I can take 15. And now also the top, each box, I mean each word in its own block. On the top it should have also a padding, you get it? So on the top it should also have some space away from the frame and the word. So if I make it 15 pixels, and then I can see the bottom is lacking, bottom is having no space, so I can also add padding to the bottom, 15 pixels. So you see I equalize this side and this side. Now the blocks come out very well. So you get that?
Yes.
Any other maybe guiding question or addition that you want to put forward?
No.
So thank you very much with that. Next time we shall be looking at, maybe I should just combine it with this, because it's now just a navigation bar, but instead it's a horizontal navigation bar. Horizontal navigation bar. Yeah, so this is now a horizontal navigation, but it's just some little changes in the codes, you get it? That's why I can come and talk about it right now, because most of the things are the same. Just here, remember, we wanted the vertical one to have a height as 100%, but for this we want the width to be at 100%. Which other change can I see? Still the position is fixed. Overflow hidden, that one is not so important. Top 0, maybe if you want the effect of this. So it also has no effect, meaning I can eliminate these two. Float left. Now this float enables these links to go to the left side. I'm telling them to float, but to float left, you get. Same. Okay, let me first see. If I remove the float, it's going to be in that kind of way. Oh, okay. If I say float right, there will be okay, now I get. If I say float right, they will begin from the right going to the left, but if I say float left, they will begin from the left going to the right. Display, they are in block form. Alignment is in the center. That's why when I removed the float left, they all came into the center. Hover. Now for this time, I did not name this class. I did not name the class home. I named it active. I gave it a background, and then I said when you're hovering the anchors, do not hover the active one. So you see I'm hovering, hover, but when I hover this, no actual change. So you can see that it's just all about you come after getting the concept, create what you want. So with that, maybe if we have some more questions from my helper here.
Yes. Now, when I was taking a look in the things you were making, I saw list
style type none. So remember, I created it's now for the unordered list. Unordered list brings about the bullets. So I removed the bullets using list style type. When I remove this, you can see those bullets coming. Those bullets were actually, let me also first remove this. Okay, now that's strange. But okay, those bullets were for these links. Why? When you create an unordered bullet and then in the unordered tag list, and then you create lists, it will go on bringing what? Bullets. It will go on bringing bullets. So to control those bullets, you can say the list, let the list style type be none. I don't want any type. Like now, this is which type is it? Is a type of a list that is an unordered list with the bullets. So okay, NO is like number, so that's why this style type NO number. That's why it's like giving a number. So for me, I want none, so they will now disappear. Maybe if you have another question.
No.
Yeah, so with that, we have seen the navigation bar, horizontal, fixed. If you don't want it to be fixed, remove this so that when someone scrolls, it can also disappear within. We've seen the vertical one, which is that. Yeah, we came on styling all those. Yeah, and this is the first style that I had. You can see the change is not so big. It's just that we came up with our own opinions. Yeah, so with that, thank you very much for viewing.